3, 2, 1, with a fight. Get it, boys! Get it, boys! Hey, there's a creeper. There's a skeleton joining in. Oh, easy dubs. Where's my nether star at? There it is. Having your own lore in Minecraft world is very helpful when it comes to what builds you should create. Last episode we added in a mystical nether hub to unite the server. In today's video we want to add in a mining quarry to our medieval theme forever world. This should be able to help us achieve unlimited supplies for future builds. To get started on today's project we headed over to the destination we have chosen to build our mining quarry, and of course it's nearby to the rest of our builds. Hello everybody, welcome into another Forever World episode. Do you like my new horsey, by the way? We finally had the luck of a skeleton trap horse spawning near us. It was off camera in between episodes. And we also managed to save another 2 which are hanging out at the fortress base. But yeah, we now have a couple of these bad boys now. Just let me secure this one up so he cannot escape me. Now, today's episode, building a mining quarry. This is the location we've chosen to start building it. But the reason I chose this location, and it's because I want to challenge myself, is there is like a ravine cave thing here nearby. And I don't want to make the mining quarry out of this, but I do want to incorporate it into the build itself. So while this area down here won't be the main part of the quarry, it will be included into the build. So that's the challenge I wanted to set myself for today's video. But over in this direction here is where I'm thinking, you know, we make the main part of the quarry, and we do have a few builds planned. We just have no clue how we're going to incorporate them into the quarry and how it's all going to play out. So that's the journey you guys are going to enjoy with me. First of all, I'm just going to get this skeleton horse back to the fortress into a safe area, and then I'm going to come back here and kind of start laying out the border of the big quarry itself. Don't want our new addition to the family getting lost or anything like that, so let's return you home. Okay, now that that is out of the way, it is time to begin part 1 of this massive quarry build. Oh, and by the way guys, we are officially on 1.21.10 now. And let me tell you, the game is feeling really smooth right now. I don't know why. We obviously just updated everything, including our shaders. But yeah, the game is feeling absolutely amazing right now and looking amazing too. Also means the copper golems are now out, so we might have to play around with them at some stage in this video. Maybe even incorporate them into the quarry build itself. But yeah, part 1 is simply going to be just outlining how big I want to make this quarry and start digging it out essentially. So we do have some netherrack in our inventory, which we're going to make a border out of. And if you guys have spotted the block of irons, I'm sure you can guess what's coming up soon. We did slay the wither in the first bit of this video. And a fun little fact, we actually have never built a fully operation beacon before, so that's something we'll be ticking off our bucket list, and it will also help us speed mine out this quarry as well. A little bit embarrassing to not have built a beacon since before the year 2025, but it is what it is. It shows that we're still having fun even though we're about 8 months deep into this world now. Okay, so I definitely want to include this side cliff into the quarry build. So start laying out some netherrack like here, and then we want to kind of bring it this way and incorporate the cliffside into it still. And then it's all about a matter of how far do we want to take it, how big do we want this quarry. And we'll make this the edge of the quarry here, and we'll continue the wall all the way. I probably should have cleared out these trees first just to get a better view of everything first, but that'll be fine. We won't bring it all the way to sea level, but we'll definitely bring it out like this. And then let's just keep it going in this direction here. Okay, I wish I did have my free cam mod, but unfortunately they haven't quite updated it to the latest version yet. It'd be nice to use that to get a bird's eye view of how big this quarry is going to be, but we're just going to have to do it from all different angles, inspections. I mean, we could probably whip out our rockets and get a bird's eye view that way. Doesn't look too big for now, but if you think about it, we're going to be digging like down in all different sorts of directions to make it look like a quarry. So I feel like this big loop here will be big enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all the trees first, and then we're going to go ahead and go create the beacon, which I'll need to actually make the beacon itself for. We've already got the iron blocks. And I need to think of a location of where it's going to be the most efficient, probably on this side of the quarry here. And I'll actually have to look up how to power it and how to give yourself, I think it's called haste 2. Yeah, we will have to look up how to do that. So let's go ahead and clear out these trees first, and then we'll get some bird eye views of this border with the elytra in the air. The almighty beacon. Okay, it's hard to judge it from up here because how fast we're moving with this elytra, but I think this will be okay for now. If we want to extend it, we can in the future. I don't know what the range of beacons actually are in Minecraft, but I feel like if we put it down in this area right here, we can't really go wrong, and the range of the beacon should affect us around the whole quarry area that we'll be digging up. Let's grab these iron blocks, and I know we need to start with a 9x9 platform. So where should we start? We'll just go up one block here. This will only be here temporarily as well, so I'm not too worried how it's going to look because we will be tearing it down at some stage once we've finished the quarry build. Alrighty, we just brought enough of the iron blocks to make this beacon, and now, as mentioned before, this is a big deal for me. We've never created one of these before, so I'm glad at least I'll have some people from the audience here to celebrate with me. Let's put this bad boy down, see what it does. There's the achievements, and there's the beam up into the sky. Now, how do we do this? I completely forgot to look up before I open this menu, so let's see. Generation. Haste is the one we want. What if we put iron in? Click haste, and then click tick. So we do have haste. Now let's go test it out. Let's go test it out on the stone down here. Not too much stone exposed, but I feel like I should be mining quicker than this. Maybe we've only given ourselves normal haste for now. Hold up, let me figure this out. Okay, quick Google. I didn't do this right. Did it work this time? There we go. We got haste 2 now. So now if we go down, this should be insta mining stone. Oh yeah, have a look at this, guys. Oh, it's gonna make it so much easier when we're clearing out all this space. Well, I guess it is time to start clearing everything out, guys. So I'm not gonna really show this part off too much. You guys don't need to see me mining a bunch of blocks over and over again, but let's see what I can come up with in terms of a nice quarry design. We want to have different levels, like different area of mining levels. So we have like a level fairly high up, and then it'll slowly work its way down, and that's why we wanted to challenge ourselves to kind of work into this ravine system. We'll incorporate this area into it as well. Anyways, let's get into a bunch of mining. This hopefully shouldn't take too long now since we have haste 2 beacon in operation. Quick little update. This is how much we've done so far. It didn't take too long, just over a Minecraft day's worth of mining. I just realized before I get too far digging out this quarry, I need to think of some entrance points to get down into the quarry itself, and we are going to have all different levels of a quarry. As you can see, we've left a fire platform up here, then we'll have a couple more levels as we get down to the main section. But I'm thinking we kind of have maybe a staircase entrance at this end, and then we could possibly have like a platform entrance right at the end here, and you can slowly work your way down the platform and being able to like exit and enter the platform entrance on all levels of the quarry. I've also come to the realization I haven't really been showing how I farm all my materials recently, so if you guys want to see how I farm materials for all my builds, please let me know if you want to see more of it. I do try and keep the boring parts out of the video, but some people like to see all the material gathering, so let me know if you guys want to see that in the future. Anyways, it's time to continue digging out the rest of this quarry and working on the entry points to get down into the quarry itself and all the levels as I just mentioned. Oh, this turbo mining will never get old. God damn, guys, that was a lot of mining. Also, our tools have been getting an absolute hammering the last couple of episodes. I'm probably due to make another netherite pick soon, just so I don't have to keep mending up the same one over and over again when we're doing big projects like the quarry. Give you guys a quick rundown and my plan. I did want to have more than one entrance into the quarry, so this is one of the entrances that just leads down to the first level of the quarry. The materials we use to build the staircases into the quarry is subject to change as well, but I do like the kind of cobble normal stone and coarse dirt. The whole idea is there's a lot of miners bringing stuff in and out of this quarry, so I think the coarse dirt and rubble look will be very fitting for this quarry because it is going to be a dirty area. We have made another temporary staircase that leads down to the second level of the quarry, which will also be the main level because it does lead into this area. We do have some plans to build into this cliffside as well, and we also need to make kind of a tower staircase that leads down into the lush caves, and that's where all the miners will get all their clay, and there's even deep slate down at that level as well. But I do want to concentrate on the main part of the quarry first, so this area will definitely be saved for last. Spruce logs are right here because we wanted to make more than one entrance into the quarry, so this is going to be a nice little tower, and it's just going to have a spiral staircase that will give you access to every single level of the quarry, hopefully. This bottom floor is subject to change. We might have to go deeper, but it just kind of depends how we make the spiral staircase work for this tower we're going to be building right there. And yeah, we have filled out a lot of the walls with just plain stone. I do kind of like the look of that, how it's dirt and then slowly transitions into stone. But I also like the look how the dirt comes down with the grass. So I think I'm going to leave this section as is. We've still got a lot of cleaning up to do, like the diorite in the floor. We've got some granite down here and in the walls. I don't mind the andesite in the floor and the walls because it's kind of got the same texture as a stone. I also don't mind how we've left the diorite here with some lapis. It looks like this section is still being mined out, so I think I'm happy to leave this here. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and build all the structures in this main part of the quarry. It is going to take some time, so we're going to do some time lapsing, and yeah, apologize for the lack of talk in this episode, but we have so much to build, and I'm hoping there are some viewers that really like the building side of Minecraft, so you guys will be able to enjoy this whole mining quarry going up. And we also do have a plan to build like a big house where all the miners live up on top of the surface here. So yeah, to give you guys the idea, we're still only in the beginning of this episode and build. There's still so much more to do. Okay, I'm going to go sleep the night off and let's get in some time lapses of building the main part of the quarry, and hopefully you guys enjoy the journey of it. Now this place is really starting to look like a proper mining quarry. I don't think I'm going to walk through everything I've built this time. You guys got a good understanding through all the cinematics you just watched. And yes, I am aware that my beacon is in the way to my entrance of the top part of the quarry, but we will sort that out later. I'm not done with the beacon yet. We've still got a fair bit of mining to do around here, so we want to keep that here for now. Just realised down here we have a good view of our wizard tower all the way in the background there. Look at that thing towering. I may as well quickly show off the couple of things we did off camera, just so you guys can see and understand the lore behind them. As we pay attention over here, we have a couple of minecarts dangling from the logs. The whole lore behind this one is, you know, the workers that are down on this lower level. This is how they transport the materials up to this main level. And this main level here is where the crane above us kind of takes all the materials away and loads them up. Don't know where they get loaded up yet. Maybe we'll build a nice little shipping dock to where all the materials get imported out to places all over the world, but that's just a little lore story that we can work on in the future. But yeah, the whole idea around these little minecarts is, you know, the workers bring them up over here and they just push the materials in the carts and end up in this main area here. This little archway I built here is simply just to escort us into the area that's underneath the little ravine we got going on here, which is the area we're going to be working on next, by the way. I did want to show off these little carts that I made quickly, because the whole idea behind these is if we have a copper one, a coal one, and an iron one down here, each have our chests in the middle, and each, you know, will have materials stored on them. This gives the quarry a purpose, you know. If we store materials down in the quarry, it gives us a reason to come back to the quarry and visit it. We just don't want to build this quarry for it to sit here and do absolutely nothing. So that's a nice little idea I had, just to store materials in these little carts that I've built, so if we ever need them, we know where to come in our world. So yeah, we have our little carts placed around the mining quarry to store all our materials, but I'm sure you guys are wondering, where are we going to be storing all the building blocks that we acquired from digging out this quarry? And yeah, that's what we're going to move on to next. I have the idea to build a nice little storage room into the side of this wall here, underneath the cave ravine, and what are you looking at, sir? Why am I getting invaded? I got invaded not long ago. I swear these guys are just paid actors. And they're suicidal now, apparently, too. God damn. Anyways, yeah, we want to build a nice little storage room into the side of this wall here. And I'm sure you guys can tell, but I am a little bit sick right now, so sorry about that, but the show must continue on. Again, we're giving this quarry a purpose by building a storage room to store, you know, most of the building blocks we use in this world. That way it gives us a purpose, you know, to come down here every now and then and stock up on supplies from the room. Also, since the copper golem update is out, guys, we can actually give the facility legitimate workers. You know, they can organize all the materials in place. We're not going to do some crazy sorting system or anything like that, but it'd be nice to have a couple little workers that, you know, store the materials the miners collect over time. First of all, this whole area here kind of doesn't look, you know, natural enough, so I'm going to take this pickaxe and spice it up a bit. We want it a bit more natural looking, like obviously this whole floor is flat, so we want to spice it up a little bit, kind of make it a little bit more like Mother Nature made this one, and the rain has come in to ruin it. Let's go sleep that off and get rid of it. Okay, let's see if we can get this area looking a little bit more natural, and I think I've done enough time lapsing for now, so we're just gonna chill out and do the old commentary while mining away. First of all the dirt has got to go. This floor is definitely too flat as well, so we need to put some depth in it, I reckon, like slowly make it go down. Okay, not bad at all. This area is starting to look a bit more natural now. Just need to dig out enough space for the storage room we have planned now. Okay, I think that will do for now. I'm not really too concerned what it looks like at the moment. It does look too boxy, but hopefully by the end of the build, that won't be an issue. It's time to sleep off another night and go gather a bunch of building materials for this storage room. The first material I want to acquire is the copper itself for the copper golems, and I'm super excited to go get this material because I've barely used my super smelter at all since we've built it. It's great to finally have a reason to use this bad boy up. Thankfully, I have on me a lot of copper and coal from digging out the quarry, and I think it's a good time to whip out the fortune pickaxe and use it to mend up my silk touch one as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, we didn't even do it all, and look at all the copper and coal we have acquired. Let's chuck it in the smelter if we can remember how to use it. So the input and the fuel. We'll do some fuel first. Chuck it all in there, and then we'll chuck all our inputs in there, and we'll hit the buttons. There's all the furnaces lighting up. You know, for a super smelter that only has 24 furnaces, this still works pretty fast. Now, for the rest of the materials, I pretty much have everything I need. I'm just going to go gather some pumpkins from our little pumpkin farm in the abandoned building. And I just want to grab some extra oak wood and acacia wood just in case I don't have enough in my storage facilities. I'm thinking just 2 copper golems will be enough for our storage facility, just because, you know, we're not storing a bunch of items, we're just doing all the stone variants that we gather from the quarry. Let's sleep at night in the fortress, the original starter base. It's been quite some time since we've done that. Okay, let's fly over to where we've been farming up all our trees and wood recently. And we should already have a bunch of kind of acacia saplings and oak tree saplings laying around the place. And once I've finished farming up these, we can head back over to the quarry to finish building the storage facility. Back down in the quarry again. Let's get this storage facility up and running, and then we can have a play around with the copper golems for our first ever time. I'm excited to see what these little slaves can do. With this little storage room, I wanted to show that I'm trying to improve my overall designing and colour palettes. A combination of stone, cobble, acacia logs and tuff go really well together. I wish I used this combination sooner. Also, I do know pale moss is amazing to go with these textures as well, but we're yet to have a moss farm, which is something I'd like to have in the future. When I need materials for future builds, this is the place to go. I'm happy with how this turned out. It should be a nice little addition to our quarry. And as you can see in my hand, we are holding the copper block to summon the almighty copper golems that just recently dropped in the new update. So let's have a go at putting these bad boys to work. Pretty sure all we do is place this block here, and then we need to get our pumpkin, place it on top, and if we grab our shears, which are already in our hand, we should be able to click, and there it is, guys. Very own first little copper golem. And he's going to be our slave. He's going to be our first test run for this little storage facility. Let's get some honeycomb on here. I think if we wax him up, he should not become a statue now since we waxed him up. Okay, first test run. We're going to go ahead and put stone into our first slot here. And then if we put one of each into every chest, so the copper golem knows that this is where the stone goes. Let's put our stone in here and see what he does. Can you work it out? Can you even get back up to your chest, or do I need to lower it? Gonna check it. Gonna check it. He's located the stone. And he's put it in the one with the item frame. I don't mind that. I actually don't know if they're gonna be able to reach the final chest up here. But if he can jump up here, why couldn't he? Maybe we'll have to give him little step ladders, maybe a little half slab along here. Or we need to completely change the design, who knows yet. Anyways, let's just leave it at that for now. Let's go ahead and summon another copper golem on this side. Put two of them to work in this area, should be plenty. I think the double chest prevented him from jumping up here and grabbing loot out of his own chest, so we're going to just leave him a single chest for now. Yeah, they were definitely having some sort of pathfinding issues, but now that I've done this, these guys are full on into action. I think I actually forgot to spice this guy up, so let's put some honey on him so he doesn't become a statue. Got a couple more chests to label anyway. We haven't gone and got any deep slate yet, and we might as well add stuff like clay since they're down in the lush caves, maybe even moss as well. But it looks like once this guy is finished, he's going to help his body out with this chest as well, so that's good that they can pathfind to other chests like that. And the ultimate test real quick is I want to fly to my current base at the moment, which is the wizard tower. And I want to see if they're going to still be working while I'm all the way over here. So if we pop into free cam, we should be able to just go over there. And this is not cheating, by the way, guys. I'm just taking a quick look to see if my little slaves are at work. Let's see if these guys are still currently working while I'm all the way over in the wizard town. Look at that, they are. So, you know, if we do a big mining trip, we dump all our materials off in this area, and if we ever hang out at the base doing absolutely nothing, these guys are still going to be working down here, so that's really good to know. I honestly would really like to make one massive storage system using the copper golems, or maybe even spread out and make, you know, a bunch of storage systems all over the world, which entitles me to go back to places. But using the copper golems is a lot more fun than using the redstone item sorters, and it seems like less work as well, which works in our favor too. And speaking of the new copper update, look at this guy. He's kitted out in copper armor. Didn't really do much. Ah, Mr. Creeper. Come to blow up my stuff, I see. But not today. While our little slaves are working hard, all I want to do left to this area is make another one of these tower staircases at the end of our little ledge here, which will lead us down into the lush cave, and you know, this will allow the miners to farm all the materials down here as well. So that's all we need to do for this bottom section, and that's another area complete of our quarry for now. That is the tower quickly built up. It pretty much serves no purpose besides looks, because let's be real, who's going to use this staircase all the way down when we have an light show and we can just fly all the way down there? And also the staircase is not very safe at the moment, but like I said, it's pretty much just there for looks and to serve more lore into the quarry. Down here, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I've always told myself I wouldn't mind digging out a Minecraft chunk all the way down to bedrock, which is a 16 by 16 area, so who knows, maybe one day we'll decide to do that down in this area here to farm up a bunch of deep slate as well. Well, at least this area has now been completed. We have one last area to go, and that is to do the above area, move the beacon out the way, and do one more build up on the surface, because where are all the miners going to live? Well, that question will be answered soon when I build them a nice house, but I just realized that I've caught these two copper golems lacking. What are you two doing? Why are you just making out on the spot? Get back to work. Looks like these guys could do with a bit of pathfinding adjustments, but they've been going to work at least slowly but steadily putting blocks away into their homes. Imagine having like 20 of these guys in the same area. They're just constantly getting stuck in each other, so maybe Mojang will have a fix for that, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be able to reach the top chest, so the top chests are pretty much just for looks, or if I manually want to put blocks in there myself, I can. I didn't want to build a crazy automatic contraption, so I'm happy with how this has turned out. Definitely fits medieval times. We are finally up to the last build of this video, guys. As mentioned earlier, the workers, the miners, they need a place to accommodate themselves, so we're going to do a nice little build in this area here. We don't have too much preparation needed. We're going to get this beacon out of the way. It served its purpose, and flatten out the land a little bit more, but other than that, we're good to go. Do you think this quarry needs another crane? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Probably put one in that area here, or maybe one on the one on the edge of this cliff here, but I'm happy with the one crane for now. Oh, as we nearly kill ourselves. I'm happy with the one crane for now, but if you think it needs another crane, let me know. I can definitely add one in. Okay, Mr. Beacon, thank you very much. You've served your purpose. We can go ahead and finish off this little area here and begin the Miner's Lodge. For this final build of the video, we needed a place to host all our quarry workers because they deserve to be taken care of after all the hard work they've put in. This build is completely of my own design for once. We normally like to take inspiration from others, but I wanted to challenge myself, and I'm very happy with how this one turned out. I think the copper grate windows are such a nice addition. Overall, it probably lacks some exterior builds around it. A place for the workers to shower and clean could be added with some outdoor seating. But hey, luckily it's a forever and we can go back and add more anytime we want. I'm back. This build still looks medieval themed, right? I'm sure you guys can tell straight away, but we're pretty much over this sickness now. We took a little bit of time off while we were building this masterpiece just to recover and get our voice back. I didn't realize how bad I sounded until I was like looking back at the footage and listening and editing the start of this video. But here we are, guys. This is our mining quarry lodge. This is where all the workers are gonna, hang out, spend all their time, sleep the nights away, get ready to clock back on to their shifts, even though this area isn't obviously going to change much because all our workers are imaginary. Yeah, let's give you guys a little tour of what we've built. We decided to put this random wagon out the front here just to add a little bit more detail. It's completely empty, but I'm sure the workers use it to cart stuff around. Still waiting for these copper grate windows to completely oxidize, but once they all look green like that, I think this will really make the building pop out, and what a great idea for windows these are as well. I'm still pretty bad at interior designing at the moment, guys, but I am trying to improve, so let's see what I've come up with. Would have seen a little bit from the time-lapsing, but yeah, this area here, obviously where all the workers just kind of sleep the night away. They've got a little bit of storage, some bookshelves when they're bored at night and they want to read a couple books. This area here is just the kitchen area, where they have all their dinner and breakfast, and some seating without any seats. I didn't want to make it too crowded, but these are the benches that they're meant to eat at. I do like how I've crammed in like this little kitchen area into this tight little corner. I think I've made it work nice. Upstairs, I guess, is where the boss of all the workers kind of gets to hang out and enjoy, the superior large room. Not a lot in it, just some seating and some bedding and some bookshelves as well, but they have a nice view and they can yell at all the workers from the top of the balcony if they really want to. Oh, I also wanted to point out, we used the new oak shell features to kind of create some walls along here, so that's how they turned out. I think they're going to work really nicely in terms of using them for walls or even fencing, and then you can just like put items in you want it. So if you want to chuck a bow in there, you just chuck the bow in there, and now I have no idea how to get this out. Like that. Yeah, you can just put random stuff in the shelves, you know, make the walls look like they're decorated. I'm really happy with Mojang how they've added in the shelf feature. I think that's a fantastic idea. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We made some little paths down to both entrances of the quarry, and we obviously removed our beacon and finished off this little tower entrance. I haven't yet linked up the pathing to, you know, the rest of our main pathings, but it'll eventually come up this way and it'll link up to kind of the graveyard pathing up the top of that little ledge there. If there's any builders out there who are sick of using glass over time, 10 out of 10 would recommend these copper grate blocks. Like, they just look like the olden day, you know, medieval grate windows. And good thing is you got choices of multiple colors since they oxidize, or you can even use honey to keep them the orange style. If you guys think I should add in anything else to the exterior, please let me know. I already mentioned that, you know, a last little shower area or some extra, you know, additional seating outside could probably be used, because I'm sure these quarry workers get really dirty, right? So they should probably have a nice little place to clean up. I was thinking a nice little hedge area, maybe down in this section, you know, where the showers are outside. Extra seating is available. I'm sure I could fit that into a medieval theme, right? But anyways, that'll be a project for the future. We actually have one more thing I'd like to do before I end off this video, guys, and it's over at our wizard tower base. It's going to involve more work for myself, but I want to switch up. I've been playing around with this episode 20 build still. I want to switch up. I want to get rid of the granite as one of the main materials, and we want to switch it up and just make that an oak log. So if we get any donations for oak logs, boys, if you're watching this, I'd really appreciate that. We've created ourselves more work by changing some granite textures up with the oak textures, but it'll totally be worth it. I think it'll make the build look even better. And as the sun sets, that is going to wrap up today's video, everybody. Sorry if it was lacking energy. We were very, very sick at some stage, and we just tried to power through it because we didn't want this video to miss our schedule of uploading once every 2 weeks. Yeah, apologies again if we're completely lacking the energy, but we got through it and we're pretty much 100% now. If you guys have any suggestions for the quarry, please let me know. If you think I missed anything into the build, I'd really appreciate if you guys can let me know. I do create lists of, you know, stuff to do when we need to go back and finish off a lot of these builds that we've only 90% done. So I do take notice, and we do plan on, you know, adding extra to all our builds over time, because that's what the Forever World's all about. It's meant to be here forever, and we still have a lot of things to do. I actually really like how we got the village on one side of this platform and then, you know, our fortress on the other side of the platform. It's really bringing this scenery to life right now. But yeah, as I said, that's going to do it, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, I really appreciate it, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.